Is Last Caution a thriller, a sex drama, art film? What kind of movie is it?
Maybe all of that.
All of the above?
I think it's closest to old film noir, like around the 40s. But then I put in melodramas and some historical events. So it's a mixed bag, but it closest to old-fashioned film noir.
Cool. You spent a lot of trouble putting that set together of Shanghai and Nanjing Street.
Yeah, it's hard to go to the real location and shoot.
Yeah.
It's impossible. It's so busy and it changed so much. So we decided to build a set that's two blocks long.
Wow.
It's the biggest set I've ever seen. So we did a measure, we did a historical check, and just pretty much want as much as we can to be accurate and build a set.
Tang Wei, you chose her for this role. Why choose her out of a newcomer instead of an established actress?
Other than Zhang Ziyi, for me there's no established. I mean, just you set her in a movie and people all over the world will come to see. There's only one Zhang Ziyi, and I quite think she fits the character. I was looking for something else based on the short story. There are other known actresses, and I think about them quickly, some I even met, but nobody strikes me as Wang Jiazhi, the leading character. She has to carry the movie. So finding the girl becomes the #1 mission.
Right.
And once she's cast, there's still 3 months before production, going through the pretty rigorous training, 7 days a week, and full day kind of training. Sometimes I participate myself. I took the leadership, among other things, and there are coaches as well, acting coaches, this coach, that coach. So it's pretty rigorous, but every shooting day is training up to the last day. I still crack her down, like wow. The last day I was still, as far as I'm concerned, training days. So it's an 8-month period of time. And she carries the movie most of all.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah,
and
so
no angle is bad. I saw some reviews in the Western press that were less than flattering of the movie, that were critical. Yeah. Do you think there's a difference between the way Western audiences process your movie and, say, an Asian audience might process your movie?
For this one,
yes.
I think so. I think for something like Crouching Tiger and Dragon, it's more universal. I think, except for a mainland Chinese audience, they might have a different take on the genre. But I think this one it's harder for the Western audience. Some film critics, especially the Americans, they have set rules, what they like. Instead of them fitting into what people want to do, they try to have people fit what they think is right and wrong. I think a lot of those. I think for European critics is a lot better, so to speak. I think for Asians so far, what I gather is most favorable, more positive. It takes its own pace, do its own thing, and because sometimes it's not particularly an art film, it takes the genre of film noir, the old film noir. It looks like it should fit into certain kind of ways, but then it doesn't really. So it's the kind of movie we grew up with our movies. It's a mixture. Whatever you can use, you go for it. Sometimes you feel like you want to have some melodrama, put in the mix. Right. It's closer to our lives.
I noticed that in the US, you and your studio stood by the NC-17 rating for the sex scenes. You didn't want to change.
I think it's the first time. Yeah. It's the first time. So. And I think they're excited.
Are they?
They know they're going to lose money, but they're excited to make an effort. It's not a pornographic film. It's an art film, and it should be seen by people who's eligible to see it instead of restrained by theater chance. So there's a battle going on there, but from Focus, certainly, and even our mothership, Universal, they're very supportive. They're very excited to take on the battle.
That's very brave.
Yeah. It's not equivalent to pornographic. It's different from X-rated. That's why the NCAA set the rule, set the rating. It just got abused. So I think the rating system very much welcomed this film to set it straight. That should be a legitimate rating.
And in China, you had to lob off like 30 minutes for the Chinese market because they don't have a rating system. So
That's a mistake. It's less than 10 minutes.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah. So I think some journalists,
like 30
after
minutes?
first viewing, say, what do we do there? How did they get licensed? Cut out 30 minutes? Then everybody started to quote that journalist.
I see. So
I think
it's
it's more
less than
I think it's more exclamation. That 30 minutes, what are they going to do? No, it's close to 10 minutes.
Right. So what do you feel about the attitudes, for instance, in Asia about sex and homosexuality? Since as an Asian director, you deal with pretty much provocative subject matter in your movies, and how do you feel doing it from your perspective?
I think these days we're well educated. We don't need parental system over parents ourselves or parents. I think people above a certain age should have the freedom to choose what they like to see. So I like them to get a rating system.
Yeah.
Now, I grew up with no rating system. Before I left Taiwan in 1978, there was no rating system. And I came back, now there's
And
it's as good as anywhere in the world, and I very much appreciate that.
That helps.
Yeah, that helps.
I understand that you are producing Marvel's Hand of Shang Chi, the Master of Kung Fu.
I'm not sure which one is that.
Shang Chi, with Fu Manchu in it. They may have gotten the report wrong then.
Probably I don't recall anything.
And your next project would be...
I don't have a next project.
You don't have a
right now.
project
I'm
at the
still
moment?
reading like material people sent me.
As a last question, what do you hope the audiences would take away from Last Caution after they've watched it?
I do believe it can be a profound movie. Most screening I sat through, I see people, they are very quiet at the end.
I was for a long time. Wow.
It's not immediate applause or whatever. They lower their heads or in a contemplative mood. So it's hard to say. And it seems like it hit people in different ways. So I don't really know. I hope as many people as it possibly be can see the movie, and then they probably will see it again.